You have probably heard about nofap and that porn isn't good for you. But not everyone seems to be affected by porn to the same extent. Some people claim that they watch porn sometimes and that they're doing just fine. So what about you? Is porn actually affecting your life in a bad way? And could your life improve a lot if you quit porn? Or is this whole nofap thing largely exaggerated and making you stress out about nothing? In this video, I'm going to give you 3 ways to find out if porn is ruining your life or not. Number 1, your preferences have gotten more specific over time. So this means that you are starting to notice that you cannot just watch any random video anymore, but that you now start looking for a certain category of videos, or that it at least has to be that one very good video that has like a certain girl or a certain camera angle. Or maybe you're noticing that you never really just watch one whole video, but that you start skipping within the video or skipping to the next video. So as soon as there's like a little boring part in the video, you lose your interest, you might even lose your erection, and then you skip to the next part, or you skip to a previous part that was more interesting. Now, the reason why this is so bad is that you are conditioning your brain to constantly need more and more stimuli, and you are destroying your own sexuality this way. It kind of works just like a drug addiction. The more that you use the drug, the more that you start to need of the drug, and the less that you become capable of just enjoying real life without the drugs. You can no longer just enjoy any random video. You can no longer just sit, relax, and be aroused for a while without constantly needing to skip to the next part to keep your brain stimulated. You constantly need something new. You constantly need something more perverse. And guess what happens when you finally end up doing the real thing? Your brain is not going to think that it is very interesting. It is going to be a very disappointing experience, and you might struggle with a lot of performance issues. Because real sex is a lot more slow-paced than watching porn is. You cannot skip to the next part whenever you get bored for a second. And if you've conditioned your brain to be dependent on a certain category or like a certain camera angle, the real thing is probably going to be nothing like that. And this is the reason why so many young guys right now have erection problems, or at least struggle to really enjoy doing the real thing. And so if you notice that your preferences are starting to become more and more specific over time, and that you find yourself skipping within the video or to the next video a lot, then this is the first important sign that porn is messing up your sexuality. Number 2, you lose motivation to do things in life, and things that you do start to become less fun. Dopamine. You've probably heard about it. Dopamine is the chemical in our brain that drives us to want to do things. It makes us motivated. And it's also the thing that makes things feel fun or satisfying to do in life. This is why they call it the reward and motivation chemical. And so if you notice that you always struggle to find motivation to do things, and that doing things like playing a video game just isn't as fun as it used to be when you were younger, then this is a strong sign that your dopamine system has gone numb. Now, yes, it is extremely important to know that porn isn't the only thing in our life that numbs our dopamine system, but it is one of the biggest. Nature has programmed us to give us an insane amount of dopamine from sex, because from a natural perspective, that's the most important thing that we can do. That's the actual part where we spread our DNA and ensure the survival of our species. But porn allows us to get a lot more dopamine than real sex, and so when we consume a lot of porn, we tend to numb our dopamine system. We can access it whenever we want. There is so freaking much of it, and we can get as freaky as we want. And so if you notice that you feel like you have a lot less motivation than you used to have in life, you always struggle to start working towards things. The serious things that you do in life don't really feel that satisfying, and even the fun things, like playing a video game, just isn't as fun anymore as it used to be. Then this is a very strong sign that your dopamine system has gone numb, and porn probably is one of the major contributing factors to that. And number 3, your sexual energy is pointed towards porn instead of life. So whenever you get an urge, you're feeling a little horny, you think about porn. You think, oh, I can't wait to get home and watch my favorite fetish and rub one out. Now, the reason why this one is so important is because sexual energy is potentially the strongest energy that we have in life. This is the stuff that drove men to build bridges, go to the gym, go to war, and literally build empires. On some level, deep down, instinctively, everything that we ever do in life is kinda with sex as the end goal in mind. Yes, we have evolved beyond that, and we are now smarter, and we can control our instincts, and we can think, and we can come up with deeper purposes, etc., etc. Yes, sure, but on some level, instinctively, sex is still the thing that drives us in life. If you cut off a man's balls, you probably cut off his ambitions as well, literally. It is potentially the strongest driving, motivating instinct that we have. But porn has destroyed that instinct by rewiring our brain to point that instinct, that energy, towards porn instead of life itself. If you aren't a porn addict and you get horny, you will subconsciously start to become motivated to go out and start doing things. To go to the gym, to start working hard, to start taking care of yourself, to go out and meet women, to break your comfort bubble and overcome your fear of rejection or other fears. But if you are a porn addict, your subconscious mind no longer connects that energy with real life, but it has connected that energy with watching porn. And so whenever you get horny, all that you can subconsciously think about is getting home, sitting by yourself, and rubbing one out to cuckold porn, or whatever your preferred fetish is. And so if you notice that your sexual energy doesn't make you want to go out and conquer the world anymore, but that whenever you get an urge, you just think about porn, fapping by yourself, or you start to think perverse thoughts in whatever current fetish you have, then this is another extremely strong sign that porn has hijacked your brain and is messing up your life. It's holding you back. Now, if you want to learn more about porn and how to actually quit it and get other life advice as well, then make sure to subscribe to this channel. And I actually have a unique offer for you, because my full course to quit porn is currently in discount. So this is a unique opportunity for you to finally be able to quit porn for life. But remember that it's only in discount for this month of December. So if you are ready to make a change, make sure to check it out right now in the link below this video.